All right, so I wanted to say a few things since Derrick Chauvin, since he was found guilty, which many of us were glad for. I say that those jurors fucking saved this country. I mean, not only seen justice served, but like they kept this country from being burned to the fucking ground. I live in Portland. I've seen enough of that shit. Thank you. I'm good. You know. But yeah, he was just sentenced. I guess it's been a couple days. But 22 years, which some people think more. In fact, when it first happened, I was like, fuck it, show a cop can get the death penalty, you know? And then, like, this is where I'm going to say some things that, like, are going to be like, I watched the defense, who actually showed more of the video than I watched it. Is it justified? No, of course not. That's not where I'm going with this. But just hear me out. Please, for fuck's sake, hear me out on this. Okay. I'm a COVID long hauler, and my breathing has never been the same. I do believe this is a man-made disease, but that's a whole different video, and I just don't make videos like I used to. Something about not being able to fully breathe makes you not you don't feel as creative. I mean, got a whole bunch of instruments over there, and I can't even remember the last time I sat down to play for like more than a few minutes when I used to play for fucking hours every day. I get winded talking. Fucking sucks. The point is, it's really slowed me down. I used to be able to, most of my life, I've talked 100 miles a fucking minute, and, like, oxygen was never a problem, but this has slowed me down. I don't speak as quickly as I used to. I don't speak as often as I used to. I mean, just ask anybody who knows me. In fact, go back, however long, look at some of my older videos. I mean, I'm just a random asshole who fucking talks at my phone. But this has, like, kind of been my therapy for some time. And if a few people want to hop on for the ride, great, So yeah, breathing, not being able to do it, it fucking sucks. And when the defense showed the video of him originally screaming his fucking head off, they kept saying, basically, they kept repeating, if you're speaking, you can breathe. And I'm telling you from experience, there's truth to that statement. I think that there was definitely a lot going on. There's probably a lot of adrenaline at the time, and this is when COVID was pretty new. And I remember when you're panicking and your adrenaline is going, it's completely plausible that you can be loud and freak out that you can't breathe, but ultimately you're gonna get winded and not able to scream for that long. But so it was a tough situation. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I saw the defense, and you know what? It was not an easy situation. I watched the whole thing. But, and here's the big but, and here's where I agree with him being charged and everything like that, like 100%. This goes to show that just because, as a cop, just because you've dealt, and my dad was a cop, mind you, so like, I've been seeing shit like this, that just like where, just because you're having a bad day, just because you fought with your wife, just because your kid's a fucking little fucking douchebag asshole, that doesn't mean that it's okay for you to take out your aggression on whoever you're arresting. Just because you have somebody who is difficult while you were arresting them, that doesn't mean you can just fucking stand up. All he had to do was stand up. All he had to do was stand up. And who knows? There's some respiratory shit going on. Who knows? Like, even if he's no, fuck it. I'm not even gonna entertain that. I was going to like entertain like, could he have still had some heart thing or died like after all the commotion, if he wasn't like Neil different? But like, nah, fuck that. Like, that is what killed him, and that's why he should be charged, 100%. But I think 22 years sounds about right, and I think that is a good deterrent for cops who just like had a bad day and like, fuck it, we're just gonna do any, like it. Hopefully people know what I'm talking about with that, and that cops can't pull that shit anymore. So we'll see if anything changes on that front. But you got a lot of people quitting who are like, fuck this, like nobody wants to do that job anymore. So like, I'm not, I live in Portland, and I'm not like on the side of like the abolish the police and everything like that. Like, in fact, like, I don't know, the like part of me is like a little bit like to let, like, because we've all been scared, like, we see our whole lives, we see a cop car, it's like, fucking walk slow, don't look, man, and then that looks sketchy as fuck. Of course it does. But like, the point is you feel fear even when you haven't done anything wrong. You feel fear. So like, there's a little part of me that like seeing that, like, hey, for the first time ever, they get to feel that certain kind of fear. But then the better part of me is like, nah, but I don't want anyone to feel afraid, things like that. But no, just no, officers, you don't have fucking carte blanche just to do whatever the fuck you want to do, just because you're having a bad day. So yeah, I think 22 years sounds about right. And that's really it. Speaking of breath, I'm out of it. So yeah, take care, and see how this crazy heat wave pans out on the west and east coast. It's like gonna be supposed to be 100. Well, it keeps changing from 115 to 113, 111, but it's all been over 110 steadily throughout the weekend. So we'll see. It's crazy shit. I don't know what it's going to take for people to acknowledge that like there's something to this whole climate change thing. How many fucking lakes have to dry up. It's like fucking just rattlesnakes randomly all over California, right? And just weird shit like that. Like, like Trump being, president, like his supporters, like, it's like, what's it going to take for you to like not think that this guy's got, like, I don't know, like, Americans are fucking crazy. Like, they really are. Like, anyway, people are crazy, but like Americans, like, we're uniquely fucked up, and I think everybody probably knows a little bit what I'm talking about there. Okay, this video's gotten long enough.